sell the mobile phone business, Eircom. And this was at a time when the company was growing exponentially. Mobile phone technology and mobile phone markets were growing exponentially in other markets, other countries as well. This was the growth engine of the business. And they decided we should sell it.
With its 1.3 million customers, or 60% of the mobile phone market in Ireland, Eircom has an estimated value of £3 billion. It is very much the jewel in Eircom's crown.
It's almost impossible to rationalise it as a business decision. If you look at how the telecom sector was developing, mobile was where everything was happening.
Eircom is the fastest growing and most valuable part of Eircom. It's worth at least half as much as the total value of Eircom, in up to almost 75% of Eircom's value. So it's a very valuable and fast growing asset.
I still can't reason why it would make sense to demerge the fastest growing and most valuable element of your business and sell it off.
Well, they sold the business to Vodafone. The board accepted, not cash, but Vodafone shares.
Now the difficulty was the shares of Vodafone were also overvalued.
They were trading at about £4 in October 2000. 2 years later, they were trading at £1.46.
So it compounded the misery, if you like, of the ordinary shareholders.
But it kind of confused the pitch, I think, for a lot of people, that they said, well, we've invested in Eircom, why do we now suddenly own shares in this thing called Vodafone?
Before you privatise something, you need to think through what kind of market there's going to be afterwards.
The system we have. And if the government, before it sold it off, had a titter of wit, they would have thought, this is extremely unlikely, but it happened. It's capitalism. That's the type of system we have.
Don't flog state assets lightly. We didn't flog them cheaply. In fact, the state got a good price for it.
And I think if you were to talk to people of a certain age, 80-90% of them would say that their biggest financial mistake was buying shares in Eircom.
I never look on it as a sad tale. No, I don't. I look upon it as an outward-looking evolution of communication, and it was a cog in that.
It was a learning experience, provided you haven't put the widow's pension into it.
If we went too low, you'd be selling the family silver, so to speak.
I was going live to the 6 o'clock news from outside Telecom Ireland headquarters in Stephen's Green, and they had this big reveal, and it's 390, and there were people doing carnival outfits, and it was all of this sort of party razzmatazz. And I remember thinking to myself, 390? I didn't think they'd go that high. They'd go that high.
Future.